This is For and Against
with Colin and Steven.
Can Tom Brady play until 50 years old?
Wow. Seems to be a really hot question lately. Can Tom Brady play till 50? Like 50 years old?
Yeah, 50.
50.
You're 44, that's 6 more years.
I don't find it so difficult. And plus in Florida, it's kind of a retiree state. So I feel like I can play and then just glide into retirement. I think I can. I think it's a yes.
All right, so what you guys just heard there is Gronk and Tom talking about Tom playing till 50. Now, Steven, do you think that's going to be reliable? Do you think that he should play till 50?
I mean, honestly, don't get me wrong, Tom Brady is the GOAT. I mean, he's a 7-time Super Bowl champion. He's been to numerous Super Bowls. He's about to pass the career yardage record, as well as he already has a touchdown record for the career. But with 7 Super Bowls, does it really matter if he has 8 or 9 or even more?
No, I mean he is the greatest, but if you were Tom, say you were in Tom Brady's shoes, you're putting all this money and all this effort into keeping your body in peak physical position, or athletic, prowess. Wouldn't you try to go for another one? You obviously make a culture around you. It's different than any other quarterback. There's an actual culture of winning around Tom Brady. Wouldn't you just go for 8?
Well, I mean, honestly, he proved his point by going to Tampa Bay and, still being able to win at a high level and win another Super Bowl. I mean, he's done everything he needs to do. He is the GOAT, so why put your body through the grind of a season over and over again just to be what? Prove that you want to be the first quarterback to play to into his 50s?
Yeah, I get what you're understanding. I get what you're saying, but we talk about how Peyton Manning finished on top. Don't you think Tom Brady? Don't you think he could still win another one and still maybe even another one and finish on top? Or do you think he's past his prime?
No, I mean, honestly, I'm a big giant Tom Brady fan. I've been a fan since he was at Michigan. I also think that at the end of this last season, he should have been like Super Bowl champion, mic drop, I'm out. I'm done. I ain't got nothing else to prove.
Yeah, just like Peyton Manning?
Just like Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but I don't know. The way I see it, I think Tom kind of wants to go farther, kind of wants to keep going until he's basically dust on the field like he's Brett Favre. You know what I mean?
But why why go through that? I mean, why put yourself through, like I said, the grind of the season, everything that you have to be and do to your body to play at that elite level when you're just gonna, get old and decrepit, and then once you start to show any signs of weakness, the media, people like us are gonna come for him nonstop.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom's over the hill.
Yeah.
Tom can't get it done. Tom can't throw the ball down the field. Oh man, they ought to find a new, heir apparent. Why do all that? Just go out on top.
But you can say at least right now he's still in peak prime. Shouldn't he just keep going if he's in this peak prime? And what is there to say that he isn't in peak when he's at 50? Sports are different now.
Sports may be different, but 50 is 50. All right? He's going to be playing with people that are more than, actually I'm talking about, they're going to be half his age. At this point, Tom could have his son come into the league if he's trying to be playing 50. All right?
So they say the average football career is only about 4 years, correct?
Yeah, about 3-4 years.
So Tom Brady's been playing for almost 20, correct?
No, 20 plus.
20 plus. So why not show everyone that you can keep going, that you have that durability to withstand the punishment?
All right, let's put this in a historical reference. There's been 3 quarterbacks, 3 to play 20-plus seasons. Vinny Testaverde, Warren Moon, and the great George Blanda, who actually didn't play quarterback the last 3 years he was in the league. Okay? So it's not something that's done on a very regular basis. And to my knowledge, Warren Moon and Vinny Testaverde didn't have Super Bowls. Nobody was calling them the GOAT. They were still chasing rings at that point in their careers.
Yeah.
So with Tom having seven Super Bowl rings, he's probably played, I think he's played in at least 10 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You got nothing else to prove. Walk away, go and retire in Florida, just like you were supposed to do in that T-Mobile commercial that you had bad service in and decided to go to Tampa Bay
And bring Gronk with you.
And just sit back and enjoy your legacy.
Now, last thing I want to talk about. You just said sit back and enjoy your legacy. Don't you think he wants to cement his legacy as the GOAT by maybe putting another ring on his finger, or maybe even another ring on his finger?
His legacy is cemented. What you gonna do? Build a wall on top of it? I mean, it's cemented. It's solid. It's rock. Matter of fact, it's so solid. It's like diamonds. You're not gonna make it any better. You're not gonna make it any better because honestly, even in this day and age, where quarterbacks are coming out more skilled, more athletic, I don't see many other quarterbacks getting anywhere close to 7 Super Bowls.
I would have thrown so many touchdowns to LeBron down there in the end zone, put him out wide, throw the fade, jump ball, throw 75 touchdowns.
No, absolutely.
Hey, LeBron can throw a little bit, Eli. I've seen LeBron throw. He can throw a little bit.
All right, so what you basically just heard there was Peyton Manning and LeBron James talking about how they would have been just a dynamic duo on the football field. My question to you, Steven, is do you think LeBron would have had an impact on the football field as much as he did on the basketball court?
Okay, so wait. Let me get this straight. You're asking me if LeBron James, arguably the second best basketball player to ever live,
Second best? Yes, sir.
would have been as big a star on the football field as he has been on the basketball court?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. LeBron was a freak in high school.
Okay.
High school varsity football, where he played in his freshman year and his sophomore year. He was 6'6" as a freshman, going up against 5'9" varsity corners. Of course he's gonna look like a freak.
Yeah.
All right? He's stiff-arming Oompa Loompas, okay? So,
Oh my God.
so I mean, he's gonna look great, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different level getting to the actual NFL. Now, granted, nobody else is gonna be out there covering him that's 6'6" or above.
Yeah.
But I mean, LeBron is a 4-time MVP, 4-time Finals MVP. He was a Rookie of the Year in 2004. No tight end has ever won, or wide receiver has won an MVP award
Yeah. Okay.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been 7 wide receivers that have won MVPs in the Super Bowl, but, that's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
I mean,
So what you're saying is you think that he wouldn't have won the same accolades, but you don't think that he would have had like a, I don't know, like kind of like a Marshawn Lynch. You don't think he would have had like a Marshawn Lynch type of impact on the culture?
he might have had an impact on a culture, but it would be a blip, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of the best tight ends, because honestly, he would have been a tight end in the NFL.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll give that to you. I'll give it to you.
He might have had Gronk status.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's still not LeBron. That's not
No,
LeBron worldwide. LeBron can't walk the street in China without getting mobbed.
Yeah.
All right?
And honestly, I don't. Looking at on your side, does he even have the personality to go into the NFL and create like a cult fan status around him? Because I love LeBron, but I'm not seeing him doing half the stuff that Gronk does and half the stuff that Marshawn Lynch does, and that's what people love them for, is their antics.
Well, antics-wise, I think LeBron would still be the same charismatic, kind of low-key person. His personality wouldn't change. I don't think he'd be more outgoing if he was in football. I think his personality honestly would be about the exact same. Now, what he accomplishes on the field won't be near what he's done in basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, even if he went down in history as the best tight end ever,
Yeah.
that doesn't even rank anywhere on the best players ever.
So, okay, I get what you're saying. You don't think he would be the same. My question is, how long does LeBron stay in the NFL for how many years, and how long does it take for him to develop CTE?
Well, I mean, I think if LeBron did go and play football, you gotta think. So he went into the NBA right out of high school.
Yeah.
That's not possible in football.
No.
You gotta go to 2, maybe 3, actually no, definitely 2, maybe 3, years of football in college.
Yeah.
And then you go in the NFL. So that right there takes off, about 4 years, because he's got 2 more years in high school.
You can also say that college players that go into the NFL, they're not acquainted to the NFL yet. So would he even be starting right out of college, do you think?
The way LeBron was physically developed, I think he would have probably ended up being a starter right out of college. And he probably would have been a very good pro in football.
Because his mind on the basketball court he obviously has a lot of talent, but he has, the basketball IQ of just insanity. Do you think he would develop that same type of football IQ?
I think he definitely would have developed that same type of football IQ because he just has that type of work ethic. But he still just would not be the LeBron James that everybody knows and talks about.
Yeah. You don't think he would touch the... You don't think he would be, like 2 years ago getting yelled at by Donald Trump, the president? Do you think he would just be low-key about it?
No. And he also wouldn't be starring in his own Space Jam sequel.
That's true. There's no football Space Jam, I guess.
Of course not. Not at all.
After months of uncertainty and negotiation, everything finally came together. The epic third battle between 2 of boxing's most dynamic personalities, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. But early in July, Tyson Fury tested positive for COVID, and the July 24th date was postponed.
All right, what you guys just heard there was like a little bit of a teaser for the Fury-Wilder fight that's coming up. Now, the fight was set back in... When was the fight set back in?
The original fight was set for July.
Yeah, and it was canceled because of COVID, and Fury got COVID, correct?
Yeah, Fury tested positive, I think it was early on in the promotion of the fight. So then they canceled it and postponed it. And the date, I'm not sure when the exact date was set for, but now it's set for October 9th, and it's kind of crept up on everybody.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking for it, and then all of a sudden I'm starting to get all the pre-fight stuff, and I'm like, oh God, it's coming up this next week, basically. I'm pretty excited. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am, because I think that this is going to be a completely different fight from the second fight.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little bit more like the first, with the exception of I don't see Fury carrying the boxing type part of the fight. Because I mean, everybody, especially media-wise, said that Fury outboxed Wilder in the first fight.
Yeah.
Even though it was Fury that was on the canvas twice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think one of the most corrupt things we have in sports in general is boxing judges.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they are paid by the mob, basically.
Yes.
So basically what you're saying is you think Wilder is going to win this next fight. Is what you're
I
saying?
mean, I'm pulling for Wilder to win this fight. I really think that he has the most motivation. I think that, honestly, I'm behind him. Mm-hmm. Fury does what Fury does. I mean, he's a giant man with extremely quick hands. I mean, physically, he should not have hands that quick, but he does outbox people. He does have power, although he doesn't use it. He really picks and chooses his time to use it, whereas Deontay Wilder has just thunder in his right hand, and you know it's coming, and it hits you like a Mack truck, and most people go down.
Yeah, see, the way I see it is, just like you say, Fury does what Fury does. And what Fury does is knock out noodle leg people who only know how to make excuses. You have to say Wilder only made an excuse for losing the last fight, saying that 40-pound thing, that was bullcrap. And yeah, Fury's built like a bee. He's not supposed to fly. Bees aren't supposed to fly. It's physically not possible for him to fly. But yet he flies all the time. And he's in there and he has hell of a chin. You have to say that after that first fight getting knocked on his ass. Yeah, he got knocked on his ass, but goddamn, he got back up. He got back up, and I would love to see anyone else get back up. Fury's chin is something that is in legends. I've never seen him take that much punishment and then come back moving that swiftly, moving with his technique is next to none. I know he's not, Floyd Mayweather, getting hit in the shoulder instead of getting hit in the face, but his technique, it's almost impossible for him not to get hit, and I don't know, just the way he floats in the ring, he is literally the definition of float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
I mean, honestly, he took everything Deontay had for him in that first fight. He took it on the chin. He felt his power. He went down with it, and he got back up. Yep. I mean, the way he got back up in that last round, I mean, it shocked the world. Not everybody sitting there watching, not just Deontay Wilder. It was everybody in the world. He got up like he was the Undertaker.
It looked like a dead body raising from the dead. You literally saw it. Remember the last fight? He was sitting there on the ground. You could just see he was talking to himself in his head. He smacked his head twice on the canvas, and he rose like a zombie out of the grave.
Yeah, and there was true fear in Wilder's eyes when he got up.
Yeah, you could see it. You could tell Wilder thought, this guy's down, I'm done, this fight's over. And then he saw a dead body get back up. He was not even there. Who knows if he was even in his mind at that point, or if he was having an outer body experience. He got up like a witch told a dead body to get out of the ground. It was something insane. I've never seen something like that before.
Yeah, it was inhuman. But, to get to the excuses for the second fight, all I can do is shake my head, man. Why would you sit there and make the excuses of saying that your ring attire, regardless of the fact that it weighed 40 pounds, sapped your leg strength, so you went in there and looked like you weren't prepared?
Yeah, that when I was seeing that after the fight, I was just like, are you grasping at straws at this point?
Oh, he's definitely grasping at straws.
If you really feel like your legs were that weak to not be able to carry 40 pounds into the ring, you should have been doing more leg workouts. You know that you need a strong base for boxing, and you're not preparing your base to at least carry 40 pounds.
I mean, I get that the whole, show of walking into the ring of what it is. But to be perfectly honest, a lot of people do that kind of stuff, especially in, the beginning of boxing careers and stuff, to intimidate.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder is not going to intimidate Tyson Fury
by
wearing a red glowing LED mask.
No, yeah, not at all.
It's
at
not
all.
gonna happen.
Maybe lesser fighters, yes, but I don't see the Gypsy King wavering whatsoever. Looking at that, I think he might have found that comedic. Honestly,
Yes, he probably did. He was like, "Look, he's gonna get tired. I'm gonna knock him out."
Yeah, exactly. He was probably watching him carry that, and he knew he was gonna hurt his legs.
Well, I mean, I look at it like this: Wilder should walk into this third fight in a silk robe only.
Yeah.
You know, maybe even wait till he gets in the ring to put his shorts on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So he has nothing to blame.
Yeah, I mean, but I think he's gonna come back as a man on a mission. He's gonna actually be ready because, I mean, honestly, what it truly reminded me of looking at Deontay Wilder when he walked into that second fight, he looked like Mike Tyson going to face Buster Douglas.
Yeah.
Completely not ready.
No, not at all. Not at all. Do you think he's going to train his legs for this one?
Oh, he's trained non-stop. I mean, even through the suspension of the fight, you know, because of the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
He apparently kept his training up.
Yeah, it gives him more
You
time.
know?
Gives
So,
him way more time.
I think he's going to be ready. I think he's hopefully not going to have any excuses. And he's bringing the thunder with that right hand this time. And he says he has a whole new war plan for the fight. You know, he's going to try to go to the body more. He's going to try to, you know, pick his shots. He's going to try to use more combinations. So we'll see if it's different. But if I had to put my money on somebody, I'd say I think you can't ever bet against a thunderous right hand when it comes to a heavyweight fight.
Just to end this out just a little bit, you know, looking at Wilder, he does look like he has that chip on his shoulder that Fury had during the second one. You know, Fury doesn't look like he has that chip, you know, that chip that drives someone to win. And, you know, when it's down and you're getting smashed in the face by a 270-pound gypsy man, you know, you need that chip to keep going. And the only thing is, I'm still rooting for Fury, don't get me wrong. But I just haven't seen Fury's chip on his shoulder this time.
You know, if you ask me, both these camps may be looking a little bit past this fight. Mm-hmm. Maybe even Fury a little bit more than Wilder.
Yeah.
You know, he's looking at that Joshua unification fight. Both of them want it. Both of them have tried to get it, and neither one was able to. So it's like the biggest thing that they can do is fight each other again.
Yeah.
I think Wilder has gotten his hunger back that he might have lost some of. I mean, when you're 42-0 and you got 40 knockouts, you're gonna lose a little bit of hunger because it seems a little too easy to you. Now him getting knocked on his tail and being able to come back from that is gonna help. Definitely gonna help him get that fire back, and he's got more to lose than Fury does.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about being a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, even with everybody saying that y'all are the oldest team in the league? Because y'all are.
Well, I mean, that's a fact. Ain't nobody saying nothing that's not a fact. We old as hell, Steve. You know that in basketball sense. But I just think that what we all bring to the table is a wisdom that a lot of people don't have.
All right, so this year's Lakers team is the epitome of the definition of super team. I mean, they already had LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Now they just acquired Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, as well as bringing DeAndre Jordan, and they brought back Rajon Rondo. I mean, between them, even though they're the oldest average team in the NBA this year, they have the most all-star selections, 57 between them. They have 7 first-round draft picks, 3 number 1 picks, and 2 others that were in the top 5. I personally believe that the super team situation in the NBA has gone way too far.
Yeah.
And this is the definition of way too far.
But do you think it's going to be enough? Do you think, because, you know, time's catching up with everyone on that team. And that's the biggest critique right now, is that time is catching up with every single one of them. Do you think it's going to be enough of a superpower, do you think they'll be able to, first of all, do you think they'll be able to share the ball? And do you think they'll be able to come up with something that, helps all the egos on that team beat, which I don't know about you. I think the Nets are probably their, biggest competition. Do you think they'll be able to, create a culture or a mindset where they have to share the ball and they'll be able to defeat the Nets this year?
Well, see, I think the Lakers, honestly, looking at this team, even though I'm totally against the formation of this team, I think they have a much better chance of being a cohesive unit as opposed to this year's New Jersey Nets.
Yeah.
Or Brooklyn Nets, my fault.
Yeah.
But because it's just the egos fit together better.
Yeah.
I mean, Carmelo and James have been friends on and off the court for years. They've always talked about playing together. They've had both of those stints in the Olympics that were, great. I think the wild card in this situation they have is going to be Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
People said that he wasn't he was one of the main problems in the Thunder years when they had James Harden and KD. Obviously, the reunification of Westbrook and Harden in Houston did not work.
No, yeah.
So now he's with even bigger stars, and more of them.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if his game returns to Thunder Westbrook.
Yeah.
Because when he got traded to the Wizards, he became, that, what do you call it? Triple-double guy again.
Yeah.
But he wasn't that in Houston.
He's not going to be that here. He's not going to be that here either.
So, I mean, all these players, when I say all these players, but I mean, LeBron's used to being the last shot guy.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook's used to being the last shot guy.
Yeah.
Carmelo has been the guy before.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though he's a little past that being the guy. Is Westbrook going to be able to concede to LeBron? I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of really hard to disagree with anything with you on this. My next question is, Golden State, they've seemed to rebuild and they seem to be getting back to, 2015, 2016 Golden State. What do you think are they going to do? Do you think they're going to be able to put up a challenge against them? Do you think they're going to, because, Steph, he's still younger than LeBron. He's still younger than all of them. He's still got, he might get off the baseline just a little faster than all of them.
Well, the key for Golden State, obviously, is getting Klay Thompson back. I mean, not having Klay Thompson was the difference between them being a playoff team last year and not. The biggest difference between, the years of the Golden State Warriors that you're talking about is the fact that they don't have KD anymore.
Yeah.
There is all this speculation that, Ben Simmons wants to go there. I don't know how he fits in their team, but it'd be interesting. I still think that the Warriors are their biggest test in the West. You can't count out, the returning champions, the Bucks either, but even though they're in the East, but Golden State has a nucleus. They just don't have that over-the-hump player like they did when they had the same nucleus and KD.
Yeah. This is For and Against
with Colin and Steven.